Okay, this started up CAD and a blank drawing. They're going to set this up as our grid, our base drawing. So I'm going to type units, and we're going to check the units of the drawing. We're going to be working in meters, so I'm going to select meters and click OK. And we're going to draw a grid. So I'm going to select a line. First point line, I'm just going to put the number symbol and then 0, 0. And you can see that it's put that line at the origin point. And if I drag it out, you should by default be seeing these dynamic distances variables. So I'm going to put in 400. So that's 400 meters for my horizontal distance for my grid. And I'm going to click line at the beginning, and I'm going to draw my vertical height of say 30. So that's the base and the vertical. Now I need to actually make this look like a grid. So I'm going to use the array command, which is on my toolbar here, or I can type array. And I can start using, I'll work with the horizontal. I need 30 rows, but only one column. And I need to select my object. And I need to specify a column offset. So actually it's going to be 1 because we want it to be 1 meter apart. I can click preview and see how that looks. Looks good. I'm going to hit escape. I'm just going to add 31 rows. So I've got all of that set up. And I can, as it says down here, I can right click to accept the array or press enter. And that's done. Now I need to do the same thing with the vertical line. Now the vertical line, I'm going to use the array, but I'm not going to do it every meter. So number of rows I'm going to set to 1. Number of columns, I had 400 meters. 20, so let's say I'm going to put every 10. Let's put 40. Column offset, I'm going to put this to be 5. Every 5 meters. I'm going to select the object. And I can preview it, see how that looks. As you can see, I didn't quite reach my all the distance of my profile, so I can hit escape and add additional columns. So I'm going to say 80. Click OK. Looks pretty good. Oh, I'm missing a line here at the end, so I'm just going to copy that last line. There's my grid. Now this is going to be the drawing I'm working in, so I might as well set up some layers. So I'm going to call one grid, and I'll create another one called wall, another one called pipe, whatever you need. You might need a dimension layer. And I'm going to change some of the settings just in the colors here. Walls I'm going to make very legible green. Pipe. Let's make that magenta. and dimension, well, let's make the dimensions red. So let's see how we have this set up. We have our dimensions, grid, pipes, and wall. That's all good. So I'm going to select my grid and put that on the grid layer. You can see it changes to the gray. And I'm also going to lock that. So I can just click the little lock button. And that just stops me from moving the lines around. And we're going to save this file. And I'm going to put it under a folder called Hydraulic Profile. Nothing in here. And I'm going to call this xref-01. There's my grid, ready to go. I can select a pipe or a wall or surface or whatever you need to do, and you can start drawing. Now I need to set up my my sheet file. So I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to get a template. By default, you should be seeing templates similar to this. So I'm going to select the tutorial ones down here. There's a M-Arch, MF. The M is basically for metric, so I'm going to select this one. I will type units. It's set up for millimeters. I can leave it with millimeters. But what I do need to set up in here is my viewport scales. So I've clicked in the viewport. I'm going to unlock this. You can see it's got a bunch of default scales already. At the bottom of that list, I've got custom. I can see that a lot of these scales I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use any of these imperial scales. So I'm going to delete that stuff. Highlight it, delete it. I'm going to add another scale. I'm going to add the 1 to 500 scale. So I'm going to type 1, column 500, and the drawing units are going to be 500. Click OK, and OK. And I'm going to change that to 1 to 500 right here. And I'm going to lock that for now. It's important to have this scaled because this is going to control the visibility of our text and dimensions that we're going to be putting in later. So I'm going to go to my model space. Well, you know what, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file. So there's xref-01, same folder. I'm going to call this one sheet-01. And now I'm ready to attach my xref-01 file into here. So I'm going to go to Insert, Drawing Reference. I'm going to find my xref-01 file. Oh, hold on. I should be in model space when I do this. So again, Insert, Drawing Reference, or you can type the xref command, xref, and you'll get the same dialog box. So attach drawing, I will be looking for hydraulic profile, xref-01, open. Now here's the trick for changing things for different scales. You can see right now, right in here, I can specify what I want for a scale. Because I've already figured out that over here I want a horizontal scale of 1 to 500, vertical scale of 1 to 50. The Y scale is actually going to be exaggerated by 10. So in here, I'm going to specify 10 for the Y scale. And I'm going to let it insert into at 0, 0. And I'm just going to click OK. And there's my grid with vertical exaggeration. Go into my layout. I will double click and I'm going to unlock this. And I'm going to put it 1 to 500. There we go. So I've set it for 1 to 500. I had to regen just so the grid would show up here. But as you can see, that's my grid at 1 to 500. And I'm going to save this. And now I'm ready to work in my base file, the XREF file, draw my geometry, and then add my notes and stuff into the grid, which I'll show in the next video.